Can you use your inside voice?
No!
We don't need to yell. Hey, no. Hands are not for hitting. We don't throw stuff. Let's be nice.
Now I know that child did not just throw a chair. I am speechless. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Mrs. Lamb. I don't think I've had a chance to mention this on my channel yet, but I am a wife and a mother of two. And today I want to react to some TikToks and maybe read some Reddit stories about parenting, especially lazy parenting, gentle parenting, iPad kids, all of that. I'm gonna kind of give my thoughts on these different parenting styles. I have my cup of coffee right here. I hope you have yours. Take a seat right here, and let's get started. Okay guys, yes, my shirt is now a different color. I went to feed my baby and she spit up all over me. So now we're in yellow. Cheers.
Hands are not for hitting. When you're ready to use your inside voice, you can talk to me. Laura Lane. Hey. Can you use your inside voice?
No!
We don't need to yell. Hey, no. Hands are not for hitting. We don't throw stuff. Let's be nice.
I want to go inside.
Well, we can go inside when you're ready to be nice. Hands are not for hitting. I don't like that. That hurts.
Ooh.
You need to keep your hands to yourself and be nice. No, we are in timeout.
First of all, did that child seem happy? I bet this is an everyday occurrence. I bet she deals with her child having a meltdown like this every single day. And I mean, it could be like a neurodivergent thing. I know it's harder for kids with, autism and things like that. ADHD, it's harder for them to emotionally regulate. However, kids that are disciplined actually tend to be happier. I know that's hard to believe, but kids that actually have consequences for their actions and know where their boundaries are tend to be more self-regulated. And I know that this is a toddler. I mean, my son is 2 years old, and I understand tantrums. I understand that they have meltdowns. I mean, they're barely past being a baby. That I understand. But this is not being an upset toddler. This is, I want to hurt you because I am not getting what I want. And I will literally physically cause you pain, mama, who I do not respect, till I get what I want. This kind of meltdown is not creating a healthy adult. I'm sorry, you cannot tell me a little person like this, that's having a meltdown like this, is going to learn how to regulate herself by adulthood enough to not have these meltdowns when she's in middle school and in high school and in college and when she's married with her future spouse. You cannot tell me that this is not going to affect her later. She knows how to get her way because she wouldn't be having a meltdown like this if it hadn't worked before. So obviously this isn't her first rodeo. She knows how to push mama's buttons. She knows how to get mama triggered. I see that mom is trying to stay calm here, which I commend her for. She's not yelling, and there's no reason to yell at your kids. The only time that I would suggest yelling at your children is if they're in an emergency situation. They're about to touch the hot stove. They're going to stick a knife in an electric socket, run across the street. That's when you raise your voice, because if you're raising your voice all the time, they stop hearing you. So you can be firm without screaming at your kids. You can be firm without slapping your kids around. And still have a better outcome than this feral child. She's feral. I'm sorry. She is completely out of control. What it is, ho? Ooh. Baby girl put down the gentle parenting and picked up the chocolate, if you know what I mean.
Be careful. We don't say be careful anymore. Instead say, what's your plan here?
I don't even know my plan. Do you know your plan?
Don't stop. Hit your sister. Don't say stop. Say gentle.
Gentle what?
Gentle hands.
Gentle hands is gentle.
Everything. Gentle everything.
I am so proud of you.
You're not supposed to tell kids you're proud of them anymore.
Why not?
Well, that's putting the focus on you.
What?
I'm so proud. Don't say that.
What should I say instead?
You should be so proud.
I am so proud.
No, it's back on you again. Hey, hurry up. We gotta go. Don't rush. We're fine. Don't rush her. Fine.
I thought we were in a hurry.
If you rush children, it makes them anxious. No hurry. You always rushed us, and I'm anxious.
Never rushed you. We were always late.
Exactly. And I was anxious because we were always late.
What am I supposed to say then?
Gentle.
This way. Good job.
Good.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. This millennial parenting style sounds exhausting. I guess I'm not. I mean, I'm a millennial, but I guess I'm not parenting like a millennial because I would just be like, do not hit your sister. Do you understand me? That's the rule. We do not hit people in this house. That's it. Sorry. I would not say gentle hands. Gentle hands. Like what? That's not going to stop somebody from hitting. That's not going to get anybody's attention. How goofy is that? Oof. Irritating.
To Best Buy with me and my baby girls. I am gonna buy them some iPads. I have been debating this for a very long time and I'm finally gonna do it. I mostly need them for whenever we travel. As you guys know, traveling with toddlers is a lot of freaking work, and with two of them, it just makes it a lot harder. Anyways, let's go make my baby some iPad kids.
Okay. Hold up. Before we start hating on this girl, this mother, she said it's for when they're traveling. When they're traveling. This is, hopefully, she's not going to give it to them every single day instead of parenting them and showing them how to entertain themselves. Hopefully, it's just for when she's traveling. And I'm actually okay with that. I know that's shocking, but my only problem is when I was a kid, I used to get car sick if I even looked down at a book or my cell phone or anything. So hopefully neither of them get car sick. So one of the biggest complaints that my child-free friends talk about when they're talking about their friends' kids is the fact that they don't like to be around their friends' children. Their friends' children misbehave so much that visiting their friends has become unenjoyable when the kids are invited. And I totally get it. So I wanted to read this story from the subreddit r/parenting by the Redditor Yeah, and they are talking about their friend's kid. So let's go. Does anyone else dislike their friend's children? Child 4 to 9 years. Y'all, when we have kids, I feel like we develop a level of empathy for all children and parents that makes us a lot more understanding. But this weekend, our friends came over and they have a daughter who I can say I am not the biggest fan of. She went into my kid's playroom and was literally just dumping everything out just to dump it out. And not even just in a pile to find a toy. She literally just was doing it to make a giant mess. Also, she's super destructive and is super rough, just breaking stuff left and right. They were here 3 hours, and by the time they left, my son's fire truck was disassembled, with the hose ripped off, the kitchen oven handle was ripped off, and so many other toys just missing parts. She's also the kid who goes through all your stuff. "Excuse me, ma'am, but all the toys are downstairs. You have no reason to be in my office going through my papers. And if I tell you not to go upstairs, don't talk back to me." Additionally, as a house guest, she is super demanding, asking for something to drink, tell her the options, and say no to everything. "Sorry, I don't have your specific kind of soda you like." And at dinner, she sat over the bowl of French fries, shoveling them in her mouth like a maniac, instead of putting them on her plate to be funny. She's 7, by the way. I adore her parents. They are really trying their best, but she has a younger brother who is a lot of work as well. They try to tell her no and to listen and not to be so demanding, but she's just a huge brat. She's just a very difficult child. All children should be taught kindness. All children should have a basic understanding of common decency. All children should understand how to be polite. I just wanted to add that I'm not talking about kids that have certain disabilities or psychological issues and problems. That is a whole nother ballpark and way above my pay grade. So just wanted to make that clear. I wanted to read one more story from r/teachers called "I Can't with These Students Anymore." Y'all, I've been teaching for close to 15 years, public and private schools, middle school and high school. There's always been insane demands of our time and energy, horrible administration and coworkers, and parents. But like many of you, I stayed because I'm good at my job. And most of the students are worth my time and energy. The kids kept me coming back. But not this year. And very likely not for a long time, if ever. These kids are demanding, entitled, and angry. They complain about everything. They want to fight everyone in order to get whatever they want. It's insane. Every single year without fail, I've had a handful of students who stay after class or come and find me just to talk or to get advice and to spend time with me. They're so thankful that I see them for who they are, judgment-free, and that I care deeply about them. And I have a few this year too. But yesterday, one of those students turned on me and verbally attacked me for helping them. I didn't break any rules or violate their trust in any way, but they took their anger out on me. It shocked me to my core. This has never happened to me. Ever. I can't trust this kid anymore. Or any of them, for that matter. And now I'm gonna have to watch my back. Even more than we already did. If you do not raise your children to respect you, they're not going to respect their teachers. They're not going to respect their future bosses. They're not going to respect the law. If we do not raise these kids to respect authority, they will not make it as adults. And if they do make it as adults, they are going to be unpleasant, entitled, angry, depressed, anxious, not understanding why people don't want to be around them, and they're not going to realize because they never learned boundaries as a kid. They never learned what the word no means. And so now it's really hard for them to make friends. It's really hard for them to hold on to long-lasting relationships. Everything's just harder. We are creating a society of dysfunctionality. And it's got to stop. It's got to stop. We have got to start holding parents accountable for how their children behave. We have got to start expecting more from our kids like we used to. We have got to start expecting children to be polite, to be kind, to be good members of society. And that's all I have to say about that. Okay guys, that's all the time that I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I certainly enjoyed making it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps me out. And we will see you in the next video. Bye.